The gavel rested in the judge's hand, fluorescent lights bleaching the courtroom walls. His voice carried with detached calm. "Any last words, Mr. Harrow?" My wife's attorney smirked, barely holding back laughter. "Enjoy rebuilding from nothing." Across the aisle she reclined like royalty on her throne of victory. Crimson lipstick curved into a cruel smile, a diamond necklace I had bought flashing beneath the recessed lighting. She leaned closer, her whisper sharpened to cut. "You should have been a better husband." I swallowed the metallic tang of rage, my heartbeat steadying into the rhythm I had practiced for months. Then I rose. "Actually, yes," I replied. "I'd like to submit one final exhibit." 6 months earlier, a single receipt had cracked everything open. Midnight champagne for two billed to our joint account at a hotel I had never stepped foot in. The guest folio carried a name I knew all too well, Elliot Crane. Her gym trainer. A cold shiver crept down my spine. There was no shock. Only confirmation. The sinking weight in my stomach gave way to razor-sharp clarity. A week later she filed for divorce. The papers read, "Irreconcilable differences, demanding the majority of our assets." Her lawyer accused me of negligence, painting me as indifferent. The word made me laugh. While she crafted excuses, I rebuilt the game board. I played the part of the detached husband in mediation, nodding at her claims. But my nights were filled with subpoenas, digital forensics, investigators tracing her every step. Patterns emerged: twice-monthly hotel suites booked under dummy LLCs, wire transfers from her father's trust funneled into Elliot's failing supplement business, and one discarded pregnancy test, positive. I stayed silent. Instead, I dismantled the company she had once helped me grow. I made myself unnecessary, then essential, then invisible. I shifted patents into a trust under our children's names, safe from marital claims. Quietly, I bought the building that housed her boutique and transferred ownership to a shell corporation tied to my brother. The rent tripled overnight. She complained. I consoled her with feigned sympathy. Every move she made I answered in the shadows. Discovery day. Her lawyer strutted into court with color-coded folders, eager to expose my supposed asset-hiding schemes. I only smiled. My counterfiling dropped like a blade. Bank statements, time-stamped surveillance footage, DNA evidence confirming the pregnancy she ended belonged to Elliot, not me. The room went still. Paper rustled like the wings of a trapped bird. Her lawyer's smirk drained from his face. My wife's complexion turned ghostly pale. The judge called for recess. Behind closed doors, settlement talks shifted from what I might lose to what she would be forced to return. She refused. Pride ran too deep, intoxicating as any drug. Good. That meant it would all become part of the public record. Now back in the courtroom I stood with Exhibit 47 in hand. A confession, scrawled in her own handwriting 3 nights earlier, after Elliot abandoned her for a wealthier influencer. Her drunken admission bled across the page. I fabricated claims of abuse. I diverted marital funds. I coerced testimony. Her signature sealed it. I handed the paper to the bailiff. Silence rippled through the courtroom like shockwaves. Her lawyer lunged, either for the document or the exit, I couldn't tell. The bailiff blocked him. My wife finally broke. "You can't." "I already did," I answered, my voice even. "The assets you tried to seize now belong to the Harrow Children's Foundation. Irrevocable. By your own claims, you sued a man who legally owns nothing." The judge reviewed, then struck the gavel. Case dismissed. Motion for sanctions granted. Half of Mrs. Harrow's estate will cover the defendant's legal fees. She collapsed into the chair that moments earlier had held her triumphant. Outside, snow drifted from the sky like indifferent confetti. Reporters surged, but I passed among them like a ghost through glass. Freedom tasted metallic, sharp, inevitable. No ring on my finger. No anger left. Just open space where a future might grow. Before leaving, I slipped one last envelope into her attorney's hand. The deed to her boutique stapled to a foreclosure notice. A courtesy. In the cab my phone buzzed. Elliot begging her for rent money. I blocked the number without hesitation. The city blurred past the window. I exhaled and traced a single line in the condensation, cutting past and present in half. Sometimes you must lose everything to see what was truly yours. Sometimes you give it all away to prove who never deserved it.